virtual visit of the EIPM. So here, you know, EIPM is a school. We're here in the main amphitheater for the MBA courses, where we're going to say some words. We're facing this sanitary crisis, but today we know that one of the key points is how we're going to face the post-crisis and mainly the economic crisis. So today, purchasing has been and still is in the front line. Front line for the first part of the crisis, which is the sanitary crisis, and you'll be also in the front line for the post-crisis. We know that we have been working on today contributing to business continuity, meaning that we have all been running around to find masks. We have been running around to find some raw materials. So business continuity has been one of the key words. After this business continuity, we have to work on performance recovery, meaning that we should be as good as we were facing the problems, but also finding the right suppliers. And we know that during this crisis, a lot of companies are going to drop. We should not be among these ones. So we have to work on not only working on the business continuity, but working on a performance recovery. And we know later on we have to regain advantage, meaning regain advantage is to work on different topics and perhaps to think out of the box, taking the opportunity or cutting costs, not by cutting price, but to think new breakthrough projects and to work on design to cost. So we know that we have been working with a CPO roundtable virtually, and Dr. Vélejambre have been working with that, and we have some ideas about the future. So we be on the front line. We are on the front line, and we're going to be on the front line for this continuity, recovery, and advantage. So this is what the crisis is about, and we know that for purchasing, it's one of the key moments because we have to work on the very short term, but also to get the vision for the long term. And we need at the same time the people in purchasing capable to have the agility for the today, for finding solutions in a very, very strange world where people are working and not working. And we have to find this agility. We need this agility to find the right suppliers during these very difficult times. But also we need the same person getting the vision for building a future. So this is what we are going to face and where we are today. And this post-crisis is going to be a challenge for purchasing, and somehow one great opportunity to be not only on the front line, but to be under support of the CEO. Thank you very much. We go on visiting the EIPM. Good morning again. We go on visiting the EIPM virtual visit. So here in the cafeteria where people have breaks. We spoke about this post-sanitary crisis and the economic crisis. One key word has been and be risks management. We were aware about this sanitary crisis. We had the tool for risk management, and at the end of the game, we have not been applying so much this risk management. So the point what we have been realizing is for tomorrow is increasing knowledge about risk management, but also increasing digitalization of a lot of tools we have, including this risk management. So this is one orientation we know. So it's about digitalization, it's about risk management, it's about supply management, it's about breakthrough projects for design to cost. So all these new competencies are on board, and we have to work on. I'll be back on these elements. But what's important during this crisis and to recover from this crisis is that we have to work together. We very frequently and more you hear to be together, and basically it's we know that we have ecosystems, and we as a company can't win if we're not working with our close ecosystem. So basically, if you want to win alone and clean your supplier, you know it's not going to work. So one key word is how can we recover, including our ecosystems, including our suppliers, and working together to find the right solution. So overcoming this post-sanitary crisis, overcoming this economic crisis is somehow to how can we collaborate, how can we exchange, how can we network, how can we discuss not only with our stakeholders, not only with people from business, but also from discussing with suppliers. So basically, one idea is to try to avoid. We have been speaking a lot, working not anymore in silo, but we're realizing that we speak about internal business partner, but at the same time, a lot of people are still speaking about internal clients. So this crisis should show us that we cannot work any longer as we were working before. Good morning again. I'm visiting the EIPM. So we in another class, which is a class for certification and also in company programs when we used to have these face-to-face trainings. We spoke about the business continuity, business performance recovery. We spoke also about regaining advantage and business continuity within performance recovery. We're going to be on a short term when sanitary and post-crisis will be on. And regain advantage rate for future. And to face these different steps, IPM is working on training continuity. What does it mean? It means that what we have been doing is proposing you a certain number of things to help you during this confinement and to help your team members to go on preparing themselves for this business continuity, performance recovery, and future regaining advantage. So basically what we did is we opened a COVID corner on the EIPM website. The COVID corner is, we offer you a lot of different documents free of charge, some research documents, we offer you some webinars, so we offer you some various things, in fact. On this COVID corner, what we also doing is we put an hotline or helpline to create networks, to publish documents if you want, to ask for some solution, to ask for help, to connect themselves. So basically say, hey, we're here, EIPM, and we can somehow help you in connecting and finding some solutions perhaps. We also, in this COVID corner, we open a shop, our e-shop, and in this COVID corner, if you go through the COVID corner, you also can find a way to get a 30% discount on all the solutions we're offering in our shop during this time of crisis. So basically, just to tell you, we are thinking about the post-crisis and during the actual sanitary crisis, preparing your team to be even stronger after with what we call training continuity. So please, you can go on the COVID corner and you find some support there, and you can connect yourself. Thank you very much. We're here for you. Thank you. We're here in another room of the IPM for face-to-face classes, and I'll be back on this on this type of education. One key motto at EIPM is values for value, meaning that if we have values, we can go on contributing to value creation. So basically, if we have value enough to welcome our suppliers, if you know how to work, somehow we should transform these values in value. What's important is during crisis, we should understand that our own values should be transformed in actions. Values is somehow what we should do, and in crisis, these values, what we should do, have to be transformed in action to prove that what we think can be transformed in action. So basically, during crisis, all the values should be transformed in actions, meaning that during this COVID crisis, or even during the post-crisis, all our values we have in companies, and we have a lot of different values, all these values should be transformed in action, and working closely with our suppliers, working closely with our colleagues, and so on and so forth, to create this and to generate a new value for the future. So again, values action mean that we help us to recover and somehow to be better in the future and to take advantage again. Thank you. Good morning again. We're here in the lobby of the AIPM in the hall. Welcome desk here. Just to say some words about what we're doing in the IPM. So we're a school. We have been working on pedagogy for over quite 30 years now. We are 30 years old, and we have been working on different type of pedagogy. So we used to work on blended learning with some pre-learning, face-to-face and post-learning. We created the first e-learnings in 2000, even before. Last year we created the flex learnings with a lot of e-learning, digital learning, and some days of face-to-face for implementation and working on behavior and communication. And recently, due to a crisis, we've been working a lot on the digital. Means that everything is online, and we insisted on that point when we say everything is online, except including all the communication, behavior, change, leadership, and all these elements. So the first point is we have free pedagogy, and these free pedagogies can be applied to all the products. The interesting point and very important point with the crisis is there is a switch from face-to-face blended to digital. Travel ban, we're used now to work online. Before the crisis, it was kind of difficult to have a lot of online meetings. 2 days, it's a kind of classic, and people are working remotely. So we think that we will not be back to the previous situation before crisis, meaning that people get used working online first, travel ban second, recovery third, meaning that the post-crisis be in terms of learning, online learning. We're still in the EIPM lobby, just to speak about the different product solutions we're proposing. So we have an MBA, executive MBA. We have an executive diploma, which is a new program, which is made for people arriving, IPO arriving in purchasing and supply. Basically, somebody from production, somebody from R&D who has a high potential and high situation, moving to purchasing. So it's a short program. It's a 3 weeks programs. We have what we used to call a certification for managers. Today we call leading purchasing transformation, and it's important we change the title due to a crisis because the role of buyers is changing. So leading purchasing transformation is certification for manager. The second certification is delivering purchasing excellence, which is a certification for category managers and project managers, and buying for performance, which is a certification for buyer, experienced buyer. And the last one is discovering purchasing, which is a certification for buyer. So basically, these 4 programs can be delivered in a flex mode, meaning a lot of digital learning plus some face-to-face, 1 week face-to-face, or all in digital, meaning that we're going to have some e-learnings, some virtual class. So a series of 3-4 e-learnings, and at the end of the week, a virtual class with a trainer working with the different people from the cohort to interact with them and to validate if they got a good understanding through cases and so on. The very important point, as we already said, is today we can deliver all type of content, including behavior communication and negotiation, and this is due to the new technology we're working with. Meaning that you can be in a class, a virtual class with 12 people, and we can split this class in 3 groups working on different parts of the case, and 3 virtual groups, meaning that these groups cannot interact between themselves. And when the trainers say, hey, now we go for the simulation, we can all interact. So a big evolution in technical solution, permitting us to work nicely virtually with a group. So these are the programs. What we offer also in the in our solution is we have today quite 130 e-learnings. These 130 e-learnings, which are developed by EIPM, are grouped in 27 clusters, meaning a cluster is a group of 5, 6, 7 modules of the same topics. And we have, in fact, 11 topics, 1 topic on negotiation, 1 topic on cost, 1 topic on contract, and so on and so forth. And for each of these topics, we have 3 levels, 1 level beginner, 1 intermediate, and 1 advanced. So basically, 127 e-learnings, 11 topics, 3 levels, meaning that we have 27 clusters. And basically, in the shop, we can buy a cluster, we can take a cluster. And altogether, we have 30 open courses can be delivered online, and can be delivered directly on the flex modes. For all certification, we saw the registration on July 20th. And no, sorry, the welcome webinar is on July 20th, and the course is beginning by end of August. So basically what we have been switching from is classic modes of blended learning to complete virtual digital modes. And if you go through the shop during this COVID crisis, we for all of you the 30% discounts on these products for what we call training continuity. So all these products are online, and we can also you can also come for some of this virtual class to be as an auditor. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon.